CBSE Class 10 Math video solution to the sample paper given by the board for the academic year 21-22. This is the standard version of the paper. You got 3 questions. All these 3 questions in this video are from statistics. They test 3 different concepts, right? The first one is testing mode, the second one tests median, and the third one is testing mean. 2 of these questions are 2-mark questions and 1 is a 3-mark question. If you know the formula to compute mean, median, mode, all these 3 questions are straightforward questions. Get started. Mrs. Garg noted down marks of her students. The modal marks works out to 45 for this class. What we need to compute is that in this data something is missing, and that's a frequency of this particular class. So this frequency is what we need to find out. Let's quickly take this table to the next slide and write down the formula to compute the mode, right? The formula to compute the mode is L plus F1 minus F0 upon 2F1 minus F0 minus F2 times H, right? Just look at what we have in each of these things. First thing is we know the mode is equal to 45. So in which class does this mode lie? Between 40 and 60. So this happens to be our modal class. Mode, we know the number, that is equal to 45. What is L? L is the lower limit of the modal class, which is equal to a 40. F1 is the frequency of the modal class, which is what we do not know, which is what we are trying to find out. What is F0? F0 is this value, which is the frequency of the class before the modal class, which is equal to 10 for us. What is F2? F2 is the frequency of the class after the modal class, which in this particular question is equal to 6. And H is the height of the modal class, which is equal to 20. So we got all of these data except F1. So plug them in, solve it, we'll get the value of F1. Quickly run through it in the next slide. So mode 45 is equal to the lower limit of the modal class, which is equal to 40, plus F1, which is what we are trying to find out, minus F0, which is equal to 10, divided by 2F1 minus F0 minus 6, which is F2, times the height of this class is equal to 20, right. So quickly, 45 minus 40 is equal to 5. This is equal to F1 minus 5 by 20, we will get this 20 also down here, 5 by 20 is equal to F1 minus 10 divided by 2F1 minus 16. Cross multiply and solve for this. So this is going to become 1 by 4. So 2F1 minus 16 is equal to 4F1 minus 40. Take the 40 to the left hand side, which will make it as 24, is equal to 4F1 minus 2F1, which is equal to 2F1, or F1 is equal to 12. So the frequency of this class is equal to 12, which is what we are trying to find out, right? Straightforward if you know the formula and what each of these terms in the formula mean. The second question is about median. This is also a 2-mark question, right? Following the distribution of long distance competition in which 250 students participated. So total number of students, this count is going to be equal to 250. What we need to find out is the median distance jumped by these 250 students, and we need to interpret what does this median actually mean. Let's get started. Let's just convert this exclusive class table into a cumulative frequency table that is needed to compute the median, right? So converting it into a cumulative frequency. So 0 to 1, how many people are less than 1? That's going to be equal to 40. Less than 2 is all of these people are less than 2. So 40 plus 80 cumulative frequency up till this point is equal to 120. Less than 3 is all of them. So 120 plus 62, which is equal to 182. Less than 4 is 182 plus 38, which is 190, 220. And last, how many people have jumped less than 5? That is equal to 250. This is 220, not 226, right? So this gives us a cumulative frequency table. What is a median? Median is that value in which the n by 2th term, the value of the n by 2th term is the median. 250 is the total number of terms. So n for us, capital N, is equal to 250, which means n upon 2 is going to be equal to 125. The first 120 students have jumped less than 2. The 125 is therefore going to lie in this particular interval. So the median class for us is this. This is the median class. Now let's look at the formula to compute the median. Median is equal to L plus n by 2 minus CF divided by F times H. This is what we have. We look at each of these things. Median is median. L is the lower limit of the median class. So L is equal to 2 for us. N by 2 we have already computed, that's equal to 125. CF is the cumulative frequency of the class before it. So CF for us is equal to 120. F is the frequency of the median class, which is equal to 62. And lastly, the height of each of these classes is equal to 1. So we have all the data. We just need to plug them in and compute the value of the median. And finally, let's interpret and understand what the median essentially means. Right. Plug it in, we'll know the formula. Median is equal to L, the lower limit of this class is 2, plus n by 2 is a 125, minus the cumulative frequency up to the preceding class, which is equal to 120 divided by 62 times h is equal to 1. So, this is equal to 2 plus 5 by 62 is what we have. 5 by 62 is a 0.083. So, you can write it as 2 5 by 62, which is also perfectly alright, or you can write it as 2.083. This is the median length jump by the students of this class. Second part of this question, which will get you half a mark, is interpreting the median, which essentially means that 50% of the students have jumped a distance which is less than or equal to 2.083. Half the students have jumped a distance which is less than or equal to 2.083. And another 50% of the students have jumped a distance which is greater than 2.083, right. So, 50% are less than or equal to the median, 50% are more than or equal to the median. That is essentially the interpretation of the median. Question number 9, it's a 3-mark question. Here we are computing the mean. We have been given a frequency distribution table. Take a look at the question. The distribution given below shows the runs scored by batsmen in one-day cricket matches. Find the mean runs scored by them, right. Runs are given in the range of 0 to 40, 40 to 80, all the way up to 160 to 200, and the number of batsmen who have scored this frequency is given here. Let's rework this table. This is how, when we rework, it's going to be. Runs, the ranges are given, how many batsmen in each of these is given. So, let's quickly find out the total number of batsmen that we have. That will give us the sigma fi, frequency in each of these class intervals, sum total of that, right. So, this is 12 plus 23 is a 35, 35 plus 35 is 70, 100, 120. Total number of batsmen for whom we have data is equal to 120. Let's compute xi. Xi is the middle value, 0 to 40 is the range. So, the middle value is going to be 0 plus 40 by 2, which is equal to a 20. In this case, 40 plus 80 by 2, which is going to be equal to a 60, 100, 140 and 180. We have the frequency for each of these and we have the mid value xi for each of these things. So, what we will do is we will find out xi fi. Xi fi is equal to the product of these two, which is 240, 20 into 60, which is 1200, 3500, an easy calculation that way. This is 4200, 180 into 23, 180 into 20 is 3600 plus a 540, which is 4180 is what we have, right. So, this is 540, 4140 is what we have. Let's add all of these things. First add the tens and the units. 40 plus 40, that gives us an 80, nothing to carry forward. So, we have 41 plus 42. Now, I am adding the hundreds and thousands. 41 plus 42 is a 83. 83 plus 12 is a 95. 130, 132 is what we have. So, sigma fi xi is equal to 13280. Sigma fi is equal to 120. The mean x bar is equal to sigma fi xi divided by sigma fi. This number is 13280. 13280. Sigma fi is equal to 120. Cancel this. 1328 divided by 12. 1320 by 12 is a 110. 110 plus an 8 by 12, which is equal to a 2 by 3, which is a 0.67. So, 110.67 is the mean run scored by the 220 batsmen for whom we have data in this table.
Before you leave, I want you to do two things. One, sign up at online.maxtute.com to get started with CBSE Class 10 Math online tuitions. It takes all of 5 minutes and less than 3 steps to get started. And second thing, I want you to subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so that you get notified every time a new video is uploaded. Spread the word about this channel to your friends and classmates.